This is an example of the 2012 E-BikeKit 350 watt geared rear hub design. It's a lot to say there, but it's actually pretty elegant, pretty simple. What you're getting is a 350 watt geared rear hub motor, and I think it was available in a front wheel design as well, but this gives you a little bit more traction and puts the forces on the frame where the pedaling was exerting force as well. So it's a popular design. 350 watts is kind of average, and geared gives you a little bit more torque, although there are moving parts in there. It can wear out and maybe make a little bit more noise over time. This is using the old controller, which is actually right here, sort of mounted below the frame, and in order to get the kit going, you actually have to get back here and flick that switch on. It had 9 FETs, so it was putting out 20 amps of power. Their newer kits put out 22. It's a little smoother, it modulates the power a little bit better, a little bit quieter, but frankly, not a bad kit. And these have always been about sort of value, right? You get the motor, you pick the wheel size. This is 26-inch right here on a tandem, and you've got plenty of cable, which it was kind of a fun thing to show off here because it goes all the way on the frame just with zip ties all the way up here to the thumb throttle. Now this one doesn't have a display. The new ones do. You can turn the bike on right on the display. It tells you your top speed, your distance, and your battery capacity, whereas this one you're kind of just guessing. It's a little more basic, but the battery itself hasn't really changed. What we've got here is a 36 volt 9 amp hour sealed lead acid pack, so it's pretty substantial, a little bit heavier. It's like 16 pounds. That does add weight to the bike. As you can see, it's mounted on a rear rack here. Kind of keeps it out of the way, but all of the drive system stuff, it's rear heavy essentially. But when it comes to something like this, a tandem electric bike, there really aren't too many. I think Pedigo has one, and it uses a similar design with a battery pack on the back and maybe a more powerful motor. But it's neat to have an option like this if you already have a tandem and you just want to electrify it, or really any bike. The new kits also come with brake levers that cut off the power. This one does not, so if you're pulling the brakes, it's just basically stopping you, and if you're doing the trigger throttle at the same time, you're going to be putting extra pressure on the motor. I think that's kind of it. E-BikeKit is known for kind of innovating with these modular connections, so if part of the system breaks and you need a new throttle, for example, you can replace that, plug it right in, and you're good again. And they've got this nice bag with the Velcro that very dependable, adaptable. Also, the battery pack, yes, it's sealed lead acid. That means it's not going to get as many charge cycles before it starts to lose capacity. Also, if you deep cycle it, which means charging it all the way down and all the way up, that's going to wear it out more quickly. You can imagine your car battery, right? If you leave the light on overnight, that's deep cycling it, and then your car won't start. The same kind of thing. Lithium batteries are a little bit lighter, they're longer lasting, but they're so much more expensive. So that's how this thing keeps its budget, its value aspects. So that's kind of it. I don't know how this happens. I always end up riding tandem bicycles alone. It's so sad. I need a sidekick, but I'm gonna hop on this thing and try to demonstrate what the motor sounds like, what it looks like. And again, it's just sort of a fun review in case you're looking at a used electric bike that already has one of these kits on it, and you can kind of determine the differences. They do sell the batteries individually, so you could always replace your battery and keep the thing going. And again, being modular like this is kind of cool. The company has been in business since like 2008, and they offer I think it's like a 2-year warranty, pretty good. And I don't know, it's neat. It's a step up from something like the Clean Republic Hilltopper, which is just like a button. The bike only goes when you press the button. There's no throttle action that it's not variable speed like this. And it's obviously a step down from something like Falco or Bionics, which has pedal assist and regen, all these other options, because this doesn't. It's just a throttle. So here we go. Get this kickstand up. There's the motor. There's the trigger throttle. And I did turn it on already. Woo. Gets you going. not too bad. You know, it's an affordable kit. It's relatively light compared to their direct drive options, you know, the geared design, and affordable. So for more on this and other electric bikes and kits, see you back at ElectricBikeReview.com.